Okay, hello everyone again. Welcome, greetings from North Germany. We are happy to have you here for our info webinar for Cloud Security Solutions Architecting Advanced Training Program. Today we will be walking you through all the details of our training program and address the questions you might have. Of course, today I am not alone. Our program manager and lead instructor for Cloud Security and Solutions, Khalid, and our CEO, Ali Gülerman, will be with us. They're gonna also share insights about our training and about CS VISOR. Let's start to say hello to them. Khalid, welcome. Hello.
Hi everyone. Good evening from Germany.
Ali will be joining us in half an hour, so we can start now. Thank you again, everyone, once again for being with us today. We greatly appreciate your presence. My name is Dinçer. I am the Senior Director at CS VISOR, and I have spent more than 20 years in different roles across international companies and institutions. For the past 3 years, I have been leading career services at CS VISOR together with my colleague Erhan. Let me share my screen. Before going through our training, I will give you some information regarding our institutions and training center. Let's share screen. Okay, great. First of all, I would like to give you some information about CS VISOR, about us. CS VISOR is not just a top training center. We are also a leading cybersecurity service provider in Europe. And we founded in 2021, and we work closely with our partner CyberNow Labs in the USA and some other partners in Europe to offer our service across Europe and in some countries in Africa and Asia also, all around the world. And under the concept of Cyber Defense Center, our academy department focuses on training people and creating job opportunities. Meanwhile, our business department delivers security services, as you can see here, and solutions to various companies and institutions. And also, we also provide career services, including business coaching and mentoring for both trainees and job seekers. And our support extends to recruitment, job placement, and training in information security management and various ISO standards. That's the summary of CS VISOR. Maybe our CEO, Ali Gülerman, can tell you more about CS VISOR. He is also today with us. Welcome, Ali.
Hi, everybody. Sorry for joining late.
No problem. We have just started.
That's good.
Before going through the training, cloud training, I want to give some information about CS VISOR. I think you are the right person to give us this overview. The floor is yours, Ali.
Thank you so much. Okay, so CS VISOR in Europe and CyberNow Labs in the US, we are what we call an MSSP, Managed Security Service Provider for cybersecurity and information safetyness. So our aim and our goal is to give our customers a good feeling for their digital transformation. So all of our customers and all companies in the world, and especially in Europe, where we are focused here, not only in Germany, they are on a digital transformation and using the advantages of having new products, getting closer together with their customers and produce better services. But this is one side of the medal. The other side of the medal is while this company is, let's say, an insurance company or a bank, production company, automotive, oil and gas, a hospital, or even a city energy company, while they're all using digital products and they're going into cloud as a service, they are creating new apps for their customer to get a better user experience. This is all on the pro side. The cons and the bad side of this medal is that these are all opening new vectors for cyber attacks. And for this cyber attacks, CS VISOR is offering a very unique service, what we call based on our PPP, all products, process, and people. So what we are doing is we are offering our customers a smart dome, a security dome. In this dome, the customers can be sure that once they are hiring CS VISOR with all his and its employees, our team, they can hire and forget. They can hire us and forget all the issues about security, all the issues and challenges about compliance, and all the issues and challenges about resilience. So what does this mean? Security is very easy. A lot of people using our class. We are, by the way, with our academy, the biggest company with the most training experts in the world, training more than 500 experts per year for cybersecurity and information safetyness. So point one, security means that we are offering SOC as a service and services based on tremendous products you can see on the screen, like Splunk, Fortinet, Trend Micro. These are tools and technologies. We are naming them products. A product, a technology, a cybersecurity product, without an expert in behind, there's no value for security. Most of our customers, most of our companies are concentrating and focusing on digital transformation, but not focusing on cybersecurity, which is clear because this is not their business. What we are telling our customers is go for digital transformation, go for cloud, change your IT strategy from on-premise to digital to cloud. Yeah, you can go to Google, you can go to AWS, you can go to Microsoft or whatever you want, but be aware that CS VISOR with the SOC as a service is offering you a tremendous service to be secure. But this is only one part of our smart dome. Second is compliance. You guys all read about NIS2 or what we have here in Germany, IT Security Law 2.0. Germany, the NIS2 initiative is a European initiative for cybersecurity or digital data security, but it's a European initiative for all 27 countries of the European Union. So Germany is the first country who put this NIS2 European initiative into a local country law called IT Security oder IT Sicherheitsgesetz 2.0. And this law is now in effective for more than 8,000 companies in Germany, not only critical infrastructure, not only companies working for the critical infrastructure. Every country of the European Union, every of the 27 countries of the European Union has a different definition of what is a critical infrastructure for their company, for their country, sorry. Austria has a different definition. In Germany, for example, all hospitals with more than 300 beds are critical infrastructure. So a hospital with 280 beds, not in critical infrastructure. Austria, different definition. But at the end, it's all NIS2. And to be aware of, to be compliant and following the rule and regulations, there are a lot of techniques like ISO 27001 to set up, to build, to run, maintain, and manage an information security management system. For this, we have a training. So security Without compliance, following standards for a minimum or for a certain level of security is nothing worse. A product without a process, how to run the product, how to set the product's endpoint detection or manage detection and response, email safetiness. All these products you can buy from different companies without a strategy, without an ISO 27001 or a DORA law or a TSAX law. DORA is a law for banks, TSAX is a law for automotive, or if you want to regulation. So you need a lot of experience in knowing what is the right process. So security is point one, compliance is point two, and now we come to the third part of the CS VISOR Smart Dome for our customers, which is resilience. Everybody of us knows what resilience is. So to live healthy, make some sports, because our life is stressful. So it's about eating, drinking alcohol, or even if you drink alcohol, don't drink too much alcohol, don't smoke, because if you do this, if you are not mindful, your body and your soul will not be resilient enough and you will get ill. Same as for companies. So if a company or an organization or a hospital is planning to go the digital transformation way and do IT, OT, or IoT transformation, we all learned now we have different vectors where hackers can use this. And even if you have the best SOC as a service partner, even if you have a very good ISMS and every of your employees made all this awareness trainings, there is a possibility that you can be hacked. The possibility that your company can get hacked within the next 5 years is bigger than zero. So it's better you get prepared and build up a resilient strategy. There are nice projects for this. We call them incident response management. We call them BCM, business continuity management. So what means this? This means there are playbooks, there are runbooks for circumstances if there is a circumstance, a major incident. And we all know this because every company in Germany has twice a year fire alarm, a training. Why? Yeah, because it's the law. Yes, it's the law. So every employee, every company has twice a year a training for a special situation. When you ask the companies how often there was a fire in the past 10 years, they would say, no, there were no fire, but we get trained for a special situation. And this is nothing less and nothing more than building a resilience. So the CS VISOR service for its customers is a one-stop shop for resilience, security, and compliance based on the 3 Ps: products, processes, and people. So the CS VISOR Academy is not only a theoretical school, we also run our own SOC. We deliver advisory to our customers, and we also deliver CISO as a service or ISP, information security managers, as a service for all of our customers. We call this not a SOC only because a SOC is a security operations center. This service is concentrated and combined in different locations in all over Europe, which we call a CDC. A CDC is a cyber defense center, and the cyber defense center is based on security, compliance, and resilience. So, Dinja, this is all from my side to give you an information. And If you have any questions, please rate them today. We have the chance, but we have also the chance just to drop me a mail. It's very easy. You can drop me a mail at ali@csvisor.de. Very simple. And I'm open and happy to answer all your questions with my team. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, Ali, for this great presentation, introduction for CS Visor. We will be happy to invite you for the next sessions for more information regarding our future projects and the future of cybersecurity. Thank you very much. Yes, let me continue and then I will give floor to Khalid. This is also, as Ali mentioned, one of the most slides I like to show. This is our success stories. As you can see here, the results we see today are a testament our vision. Destiny is in love with endeavor. So since graduating our first cohort about 2.5 years ago, over 300 of our alumni have embarked on new careers in more than 200 companies across Europe. And when you include the graduates from our partner Cyber Knowledge in USA, the total number of hired alumni has now exceeded 800 globally. And this is a remarkable success story that we're proud to share. And also, as you can see here, on the left side of the slides, more than 800 of our alumni have been hired by leading companies around the world, more than 50 different positions, and in 14 countries. And one of the positions that will be among these positions will be cloud security and cloud solutions architecting. So that's why we are here today. We will give you some information regarding these trainings that we will offer to you. And of course, our success hasn't happened by chance. It's the result of a lot of wisdom, hard work, and experience. And we are very proud to say that our achievements have been recognized at the highest level. As you can see here, 3 awards on the left side. It highlights our technological capabilities, the quality of our training, and our overall success. And these awards have placed CS Visor in the top tier of global cybersecurity. Now let me give you the floor to our lead instructor, Khalid. Khalid, welcome again.
Thank you.
Please, first of all, introduce yourself, and then you can explain us what our trainees will be waiting in the training. What is the future of cloud? Maybe you can mention also this information.
Okay. Guys, thank you for coming to this session. My name is Khalid. I'm based out Bonn, Germany. I have experience around 15 years in the market and industry. Before that, I worked for Microsoft in Middle East and Africa region. Later, I moved to Europe, and I was a technical specialist lead for cloud security and compliance. As Ali mentioned, that security and compliance run parallel. Right now, I'm working with world's largest employer across the globe. So I am leading a globally cybersecurity or enterprise security strategy for Fortune 100 companies. So definitely, I would like to share my experience together with you guys. And my expertise, I believe in that if you are a good in cloud building, establishing your home, and then secure it, it's a good strategy. Because in the market, we always used to say 2 things: secure by design, secure by operation. So it's up to companies that how you like to proceed with. So secure by design and secure by operations, we will see in this whole journey together. And there I will teach with the first of all, I would like to share my screen. There we can, Ninja, can you allow me? Okay, so let me share my screen. So actually, I believe in this that people thinks that we can do this cloud, that cloud. I usually advise to my trainees. I just for information, I trained thousands of the people. Right now, my students are working with Microsoft, with Google, with Amazon, and here in Germany also. I have a lots of student base because I am teaching that kind of programs, extensive programs that we aligned with CVisor to bring this value to you guys. So I have a thousands of students already who are in the market, and
Maybe Khalid, some of
yeah,
the guys who are now attending this session will be your students also, and they will be hired by leading companies in different
yes,
countries in Europe.
definitely. This is actually our goal. That, as I mentioned, that you guys can find me over the internet. It's okay. I am working with that company, and we have 700,000 people across the globe. It's the largest employer on the global spectrum. So might be you guys can join my team. Who cares? The chances are open. So I usually say there is two cloud, three cloud like Google, Microsoft, Amazon. I would say mostly that try to be a good driver. Don't care about the cars. Google, Amazon, Microsoft having the similar architectures, different names. So we will focus in this spectrum more towards Microsoft stack because I am the architect in all three cloud vendors because I usually do multi-cloud consulting and strategy. So I see more value that Microsoft position itself as a security vendor and they have a strong footprint. When I joined in Microsoft in 2016, there was no security component. It was very less, and now you can see it's up to $9 to $10 billion business. Microsoft is having recurring over the year, every year. So this is the value that I just want to share that with you guys. That why I pick Microsoft because Microsoft is widely used. So we will start our learning paths with the first phase of cloud engineering, that how to build the cloud actually, what are the components, how to establish cloud operations with infrastructure as a code, and how to use that code with GitOps like GitHub or Bitbucket. We specialize, we will use actually GitOps with GitHub, and that is widely used and it's developer friendly. And in the second phase, we will go into the different streams that if you build the house correctly, then you can secure it or automate it. Because then two directions will go cloud security architect. There we will cover AZ 500 exam and SC 100 exam, part of this program. On the cloud solution architect, we will go more DevOps automation and design architecture because how to establish scalable solutions in the cloud because there is a high demand. Just for example, there is a open AI these days, generative AI solutions. How to establish, how to architect those solutions based on the cloud vendors. That actually we will do in, let's say, cloud solution architect, and how to secure those solutions because if you have a web application, if you have a database, if you have identity, you need to secure it actually. So I can give visibility on the next part what we will do actually in the cloud engineering. The first phase, we will look into how to establish identity and access management and governance control plane. Because just for example, how efficient you are, if you don't have a right access control of your house is not safe. We need to look at how we can establish authentication, management, and governance with least privilege model into your skill set. And then we look into different areas like implementation and managing database or the storage solutions, because most of the applications are using database, and there is a database behind that track is unstructured structured database. So we need to look at how what could fit to our solution. And security start from here actually. People thinks that we can secure at the end. Not, you have to shift left your security. You have to start securing your solution, architect your solution from the very start, that you can deploy your services secure by design, not secure by operation. Of course you can optimize secure by operation later on. So if you configure storage incorrectly, hackers can hack those solutions. So we will learn here that how to establish database or storage solutions securely and well architectured. And then the third module would be then how to establish networking and compute resources. If we want to run web workloads, web applications, just for example, containerization, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, how to deploy that. You want to use which model actually, and how we establish networking around that, because network infrastructure is very related and relevant to the cloud solutions. As Ali mentioned, that digital transformation actually is scalable and pay as you go model with cloud vendors, that there you can save the cost and provide the scalable solution to your customer for your businesses. And then monitor and maintain and Azure resources, because everything you deploy, you need to have a logging and monitoring of your Azure resources, that how to establish that mechanism, that you can have a visibility into your virtual machines, into your networking, into your database, into your storage, into your user behavior, that how they are logging in, how your applications are working. So I bring up these three directions. Bear in the mind that when we look into profiles or the work streams, there is a three things: planning, building, managing. Let's take the example. If you want to build a big shopping mall, what you will do? You will start building or you will start planning? We should start planning as an architect, that we can have a solid foundation, clarity, components we need. That is actually role of architects. And then shopping mall get built by many companies, many labor workers are experienced people with shops, with stairs. That is actually the build part. And then your shopping mall is get ready. It's managed by analysts who are operational analysts, let's say, are SOC analysts, let's say, are cloud engineers who just manage those workloads. So this is actually cloud engineering tech. We can look together in the first phase, and then we can go into the relevant topics of cloud security architect track, where again I will show you focus on cloud security architect today in the next slides, that how to secure your identity and access management. Because 5 years ago, 10 years ago, there was a network perimeters that needs to be secured, VPNs, firewalls, everything works fine. But now, due to the COVID, things get changed. We don't have any boundaries now. People likes to work from train, aeroplane. They are sitting in cinema. They want to connect their corporate data. Just for example, there is no network. They are coming from the public internet. And how to secure it, how to manage it, how to make the users efficient with zero trust policies, with policy engine validation. And in the cloud, next part is secure networking, because these days, as Ali mentioned, that if you have a super duper SOC, security operations center, or intrusion detection, IDIPS solutions, but if you did not deploy your connectivity patterns to from internet in the good way, and you don't have the right components in front of your web application, that your database is not get enough secured, either it's not about the just users, it's based on users with business users, based on with administrators, based on application to application communication, that how we can reduce the attack surface with secure networking. And then securing compute, storage, database, that what are the best practices, what are the tools. Let's, for example, threat vulnerability management and storage, how we can track file integrity management, what are the database, let's say SQL injection, how we can prevent that. And then last pillar would be managing security operations, that all the logging which we establish over here, we will park that connect to our security operations center. Here we will leverage Sentinel storyline here. So might be as a CS Visor and CyberNow, we are partners. We can show them one session with Dinchar more areas that how to establish this whole storyline.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, this is actually the cloud security architect. So I believe that if you establish secure by design architecture, and then you can establish secure by operation also, and it works hand in hand. For example, if your users are not using multi-factor authentication, that needs to be configured over here. How you can secure your users? No way. How you can detect that? Because you already know that your users are not using multi-factor authentication. Okay, so these are the common examples that we need to solve, and we need to connect the dots. And after connecting dots, this is my valid program that I run in 2021 in the COVID here in Germany. Just gonna share the storyline, success stories. There was a 8 to 12 students. They comes to me. They were studying here in University of Bonn and Cologne. They asked me that, Khalid, we are going to complete our master's program, and we want to get jobs. And I told them, guys, you guys just want to do certification by certification, or you guys want to have a program? And I designed this program, what I am showing you guys. Long story short, 4 people in Berlin, 4 people here in Cologne, Bonn area, and few people in Switzerland now. They're all architects. They're all having now 80 to 90,000 euro salaries. So that actually brings the success. How? They get the knowledge, they get understanding that how Legos works. I can show that recipe what I give them. When I was teaching them, I gave them very clear task. In keep in mind, in this program we will do 90% hands-on. I gave them this real world case study that, please guys, this is your environment, solve it. If you solve it, then we will interview you with the experts. You need to defend it, why you configure it like this. So this is actually we will do in our cloud engineering track, first phase, that how to build and configure all these workloads. And then in the next phase, we will look at how we can reduce attack surface and minimize the impact with firewall, with networking, hub and spook networking, with OWASP top 10 injections, let's say monitoring, file uh, issues are file integrity management, cloud security posture management, container security. So that's actually, I believe that if you guys gone through that, wherever you are, either you guys are in Germany or where you are, you will get into the jobs because people, uh, companies, corporate companies wants to have a hands-on conceptual people. Some people just looking into the videos and they are doing the certification and posting on the LinkedIn. That's not a valuable actually. If you don't experience it, you don't configure it, it does not make sense for anyone. When you go to the interviews, you go to the environments, you can't be successful. So this is actually the example of high level architecture. And then in the solution architect track, of course, in solution architect track, we will have another colleague who is based out UK. He is also my student, but having 10 to 12-year market experience, he is a software and cloud solution architect. So he will help our, we will go into again designing identity, governance, monitoring solution. What does mean designing identities? Designing identities, let's say if you have a React based application, you have a .NET based application, you want to authenticate against authentication, Active Directory, or Okta, or Ping Identity. Just for example, here we use Microsoft Entra. How to customize those solutions that they can get secure authentication with Active Directory, B2B, B2C, or corporate level authentication. How to leverage data and storage solution into your applications, and how to establish business continuity solutions. As Ali mentioned, that BCM is very important because if you don't define your business continuity solution, you can't manage it, your business continuity management process actually. And then last part in this is designing DevOps and infrastructure solutions, that how we can automate and establish a scalable, secure pipelines from code to cloud. Like for example, I can relate one example. One of my mentee is a student of Fateh Hakal here in Germany. He's from Pakistan. He came to Pakistan from here and he asked me, Khalid, I need job. And I am a super duper architect. And I said, man, can you set up a meeting with me? I can give you the Azure environment. I can give you the GitHub. Please help me to establish code to cloud pipeline. He was not able to do that. And I gave him some resources and the tips and the guidance. Please pick up these resources and work on it. If you need environment, here is environment. Do your hands on. And long story short, he is get hired in early yesterday. So that's how these things works, because people need mentors, coach who can give them the right path. So now let's if you guys have any question, please, I'm happy to answer that. Then I can run down 10 minutes on security.
Till now, we have only one question in our Q&A section. Fatih has asked, planning, building, and managing, which is the most difficult one?
Planning is a difficult one because there you need to consider bring lots of experience. Actually, build part is quite easy. There might be you just build data solutions, you just build identity solutions, you just work as a DevOps engineer, you just work as an infrastructure engineer, because under the build part there is 6 profiles, and as an architect you need to glue up all 6 together. So it's for professionals and experienced people. So I would suggest start with build part, that you can be the good engineer in one section and then learn for the second one, third one, fourth one. If you are good enough, you can do everything, all the 6 tiers. But I would say pick, if there is a 6 tiers, 6 layers, pick up 3 and then go for other 3. Because if you need expertise, You need to start and be a specialist in that part.
Okay. And the second question is from UK. Betul is asking, how about the market in UK?
Market in UK, as per my experience, is not that good as in Germany, but jobs are still there. Companies are hiring, but people having less concepts and more certifications on their table. So skills matters. When you go to the interviews, you need to show your skills that you know these things very well. Competition always there, but you have to differentiate yourself based on your knowledge, based on your storytelling, based on your use cases understanding, because people likes to listen problem solving approach, not putting that you know this you that. So this depends actually. So in UK and Ireland market is also hot, uh, especially for the people who having strong concept and understanding of cloud and infrastructure or security or solutioning. So I would say it's all about skills, because I can relate example. There is a one guy as a SOC analyst. He was from the different background, management background. He turned to SOC analyst, Sentinel engineer. So he was struggling a bit. I did his counseling. I do lots of community work as well. So he applied to Accenture in our Prague office due to whatever reasons. Prague is a little cheaper country, the location. He could not move here, but he qualified his interviews for Prague Center, Prague Delivery Center for as a SOC analyst. So then he adjusted again in the UK. So that my answer, that it's you have to really position yourself precisely for that role.
Okay, we don't have any other question now. So, oh, sorry, we have two questions from Fatih, one of them. In Germany, which language is being used in companies? German or English?
It's again depends. I worked 6 years in Germany, totally with English. No one asked me for the German. So I think that it depends that if you like to go to consulting companies or customers. If you go to the customers, there is highly probability that you need German language. But if you go to consulting companies where you work like as an engineer, build engineer, not as an architect, there you can survive with English as well. So for me, I'm 6 years in Germany. No one asked me to have a German. So I am surviving here. That is example. And all of my other students, which I gave the example, they are all English speaking. No one is fluent in German. And this guy is get hired in Aldi, as I mentioned. He just moved 6 months ago from Pakistan to Germany. That's it. So it's all about the skills and knowledge and how you position yourself. Try to be the need of the company, not just gap filling.
Yeah, of course, for some companies, the German skills is very important, or local language wherever you are. I can maybe give some statistics regarding this issue. For example, we have, as I told, in Europe, more than 240 alumni graduates that were hired in different positions. And among these 340, we have more than 250 in Germany. And among these 250 graduates who are working now, they are maybe 12 or 13 of them are working in English, fully English. It means if you are in Germany or wherever you are, you should also have the language skills of your local residents. Okay, so there is a option, okay, only going with English, but of course it's much
then
better
then then
together
then,
with
then you have to
German.
really fill that part with your strong skills,
Yeah,
architectural skills. Because I can give example, I was working at Microsoft Dublin office in 2018 when I moved to Germany, and my general manager, Denchert Bechle is the largest employer here in Germany, and he told me one line that, Khalid, I have a application. My engineers are taking 2 weeks to deploy that application. I want you to help us to reduce it up to 30 minutes. That was my assignment. And I said yes. And he said, okay, you can, here is your contract. Please apply your visa, come to Germany. We want to see you.
yeah.
That's all. That's all.
If you are expert, if you are professional in what you are doing, technical skills, then the language maybe can be in the second
Yeah, that's what I was
place.
going to tell you, that
Yeah,
in 1 year, I helped that general manager to reduce not half an hour, 15 minutes time with establishing their processes in DevOps, infrastructure, security, everything. They are happy with. And you know what they did? They hire one translator for me who can just translate from English to German, German to English. so, so
so
sometimes you
okay,
get facilitated.
yeah. The one was very lucky and he got the job because he must translate for you also. Yeah, it's good.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And the
So,
other question is from Kubra, Khalid.
mhm.
What are the future estimations for NIS 2 adaptation in the market, especially in Germany?
NIS2 is very critical. It's a network infrastructure security, network information security, you can call it. It's a directive 2. Of course, every company needs to comply it with. DORA is same as Ali mentioned. And one of my friends, she's CISO of one global manufacturing customer, and I helped her 5 years ago when I moved to Germany for establishing security. What she asked me, Khalid, I need NIS to done. And I said, how? And she said, you know better. That's all. So I think it's depends that mid-size and big companies needs to comply it with. And most of the companies having lots of challenges. So there is lots of issues still there, and they have to overcome. And there is a demand for cloud security engineers that they can fill secure by design and secure by operation, as well as you guys having SOC and security center. That's additional part again. So first they need to fix their gaps to comply it with. So there is a
Yeah,
lots of potential. I see that NIS2 will drive huge job opportunities, I would say, in Germany specifically. And it again depends English, German. That's depends upon the customer and consulting firms.
yeah, that's right. And together with NIS 2, there are many requirements from the company or its institution side. So they need, of course, will need more people in security, cloud security, cyber security, information security. Uh, so we can also see this in the market. Recently, most of our graduates, they are hired in different positions, and the number of, for example, information security positions also are increasing day by day because of these new regulations in Europe. So also it will affect positively other positions in security. Cloud security is one of them. Cybersecurity, IT security, they are all related with each other. So it will be positive for the ones who are in security already.
Yes,
And
actually,
yeah,
in the security and compliance, of course, that is cyber security is a big word actually. But as we are moving into the hybrid security, hybrid solutions, hybrid digital transformation programs, we need people who can establish security guardrails, day-to-day operations, that all done by cloud security engineers. Because I can give one more example that is very high and demanding: Gen AI security, like people using generative AI into their applications, but no one understands that what and how to govern AI security. AI engineers are good. They are telling use cases, do this, do that, pick the chatbot, this for healthcare, for this one, that one. But how to protect the data, how to secure your operation, how to minimize the impact, that all are open challenges. And I would see again Gen AI also coming with cloud. Either it's a AWS Bedrock, Azure OpenAI, Google solutions, they're all cloud. And you need to have knowledge around network security, identity security, monitoring, security operations center, because at the end, generative AI is an application. It's nothing new.
Yes, and we have one more question from Betül. What skills or knowledge we should have for starting this program?
Betul, at least we need to have understanding of cloud fundamental. That is one side. Sorry. So cloud fundamentals, at least AZ 900, you can pick up from the YouTube. That's okay. And TCP/IP understanding of network, just simply layers OSI model. That's all. I can give example. Long story short, I joined Microsoft without having IT degree or knowledge, just on the hands-on work. That's all. I am quite self-made, and it's all about that how much effort you want to put into your career and your work. I did bachelor's in English literature, and Microsoft hired me. Why? Because I know how to configure security and compliance, email security or endpoint security. I learned it by myself.
Great example. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a question from Ümit. What's the
Mhm.
impact of being good at networking on being successful in cloud?
It's a very good value addition in networking. If you are good in the networking, you can be a good cloud security engineer, because there is a two lines. One is access, network access. I can combine it like access management and network connectivity. These are the two major tools you need to handle when you are securing your cloud workloads. And if you have skills in networking, I can relate the example again to me. I did CCNA, CCNP, MPLS in Huawei, and then I turned to Microsoft. It was my self-learning path, so it will help me a lot to understand how cloud work. And the good thing is, in cloud there is no IP classes. It's classless completely. You have to choose, but don't let overlap IP addresses. Rest is everything is fine.
Okay. Khalid, we can continue your presentation when you are finished. I think we will have some more questions and you can answer them also, and then we can finish our session.
Okay, so guys, I can just take a. Might be this is a little long, might it will take time, but I would try to squeeze it in 20 minutes, something like that. So, Tinja, just let me know. So, we will look into 1 minute. We will look into cloud security architecture by Microsoft. Omar is here. Okay, so let's say this is actually the situation in the market actually right now, that we have a scattered islands in home office, personal devices, company owned devices, customer devices, mobile devices. on-premise, partners, laptops. You have you name it. It's lots of areas there. Okay, and then this is actually Dinchar. Sorry, might be Umar is on the background. He's pinging in the teams somewhere.
Yeah, okay. There's another call, maybe. No
Yeah, no,
problem.
I'm not
You can
sure
you
he's
can go
pinging.
on.
Yeah. So this is actually, I just picked up few use cases that human operated ransomware by hackers and business email compromise or data exfiltration. So these are three use cases we can look quickly. So how human operated ransomware actually works. It's all about initial access. They will do the recce. They will do uh, scanning of your environment, and then it goes to credential theft, little movements using RDP, PowerShell execution, our Windows management tools, let's say, our RDPs, our reconnaissance is part of it, and then impact, and then attackers say, okay, this is mass encryption, now you have to pay the ransomware. And this is actually business email compromise. Most of uh, people thinks that we secure our web application servers here and there. Everything is fine, looks fine. No, it's not looks fine. I am a solution architect in email solutions. I have a background with Microsoft 365 and on-premise Exchange. I designed lots of solutions here in public sector in Germany also. So, okay. So that's actually, I can relate that 40 to 50% issues comes from social engineering, these kind of actually issues with spamming, with spear phishing. So all what they do, they actually trying to steal your credentials, initial access, collection of the data, defense evasion, lateral movements, impact, and then they get into your tenant or to your environment, or they put your data under their custody. So how bad actor actually come into your environment, how they enter actually. So that's actually, this is actually the trail, or we can say, uh, we can say that how people entering into that. Let's, for example, here is a phishing email. I send it to you, and there is a click attachment into it, and you are using your endpoint device, and that click actually help to download command center payload on your device, for example, and your device is get controlled by someone else, and user account is compromised, and then compromised credentials being used for the lateral movements, and they crawl into your system with the lateral movements, either it's IT or OT. They encrypt your data, you steal the data, and that's actually damage done. Most of the organizations being hacked via email. So in Microsoft story, actually security architecture, we divided pillars into four areas. Number one is identity and access management, threat protection second, and third is information protection, and then fourth is cloud security. It's not about just cloud security. What I would like to share that I will give you guys the hands-on in the both sides of like digital workplace, like endpoint security, email security, identity security, as well as cloud security. Because most of the people teaching the programs just on cloud security, like web application, database, this, that, secure it, it's fine. No, you need to look really one step back in end to end, both sides, both islands actually. So I will quickly run into this identity and access management. So in identity and access management, you have to connect your application for authentication. You have to protect the governance and access management. Okay. And then engage with customers and partners. And then how it works actually. When you connect your applications, you need strong authentication. Microsoft provides you one-click single sign-on for thousands of applications with Active Directory. So just background, Microsoft actually, I'm not advocating Microsoft. There is lots of solutions, but in the market there is a three main vendors: Ping, Identity, Okta, and Microsoft. They are authentication provider actually, IDPs, identity provider for authentication. So you can seamlessly connect with single sign-on. And then you can also proxy. If you have on-premise applications, you can secure the access with single sign-on on-premise applications using Microsoft. So there is no way, either it's cloud hosted application, either it's the on-premise application. You can route it with the same experience with multi-factor authentication, everything. So here is application discovery. If you want to give the application to your people, you can give in a single pane of glass with one authentication with single sign-on. Everything is configured. And here is a protection for the governance access, that if you like to ask multi-factor authentication, you want to have a strong biometric verification, or you want to go with passwordless approach, you can protect that. So this is actually the zero trust that most of the people thinks that everything is secure, your data, applications, infrastructure, and network. No, you need to bring policy enforcement engine in between. Any identity, any actor, any user, non-user identity are trying to authenticate to get access to your data, you need to validate it that this request is coming from valid user, no risk, and valid device. Because people thinks that, okay, if we protect our application, we are best application security guy, that's fine. But if your device is full of the payloads, how you can protect your application? That's actually challenge. So here we have to apply secure by design and secure by operation. If you just protect your application, it's a secure by operation. And if you protect your device as well as your application, it's your design security actually. So you have to establish the really strong controls on the top of that. So I just want to skip few slides. I will make a shortcut in this. So this is actually the engine of conditional access that you have to unlock. And right now, Microsoft also bring up zero trust approach. There is a several vendors, Zscaler and let's say Fortinet or Palo Alto, different kind of vendors are working in the market. But Microsoft actually applied and developed identity-centric zero trust approach with internet access, with private access to establish your governance actually. And it's pretty powerful because, as I mentioned, right now you cannot follow your network. How you can follow? If you are sitting in cinema, I'm sitting, let's say, in 2017, 2018, I was talking to one of my friend and he was flying from Jordan to Seattle, and I was aware of that. He must be in the flight, and I talked to him. Hey, Allah, where are you? Hey, I am flying to Seattle, and how fucking you connected to the internet? I am in the air, and there is no firewall. So how you can protect it? So there you need strong identity authentication that you can validate that this is a right and legitimate user, and his requests are secure. Because might be that aeroplane or aircraft internet is not safe. So how you can protect that? So this is a way that Microsoft introduced now. This is a very latest addition to Microsoft solutioning with the general public availability. We will run down that. We can deploy it and do the hands-on with the use cases and the scenarios, let's say. So, and then what are the use cases or challenges here? Reduce the risk of lateral movement through compromised VPN, just for example, as I mentioned. and put the perimeters, internet assets on RDP, SSH, something like that. How it works actually. Again, it's a centralized control plane. If you have Office 365, SharePoint, Salesforce, Facebook, whatever you're gonna access using your authentication, it will validate and establish a strong tunneling. Okay, it's a network connectivity, network and access management tooling. And here is a private. Let's say if you have your applications that sits inside your data center and you don't want to expose it to the internet, it's fine. You can bring the connector, you can establish outbound connected to Azure Active Directory, and then connect it to your identities endpoint or remote networks. That's all.
Just give
So,
some information for the training, Khalid.
yes, no worries, no worries. It's just an overview. Okay, so when we look into information protection, because each topic, man, I can talk next 1 year. It's so
Yeah, I
deep,
know.
so
I know.
deep.
You have
Yeah, yeah.
many experience.
Yeah. So when we looking into protection, and there we need a threat protection again. We need identity protection. We need endpoint security. We need application security. Application security is not about OWASP top 10 or something like that. Might be you have a SaaS applications, then data. So that's how actually you need to bring collectively XDR approach, extended detection and remediation approach, that you can collect the data and correlate it. I can give one example. I was working with one company, just for example. Look, the use case. They gave me the laptop. Their laptop was configured with Sophos, and they're using Trend Micro for the email security. And my laptop, personal laptop, which I was using, that was configured with Microsoft Security tooling, just for example. And someone send me the malicious links via my Gmail and Hotmail. On my personal laptops, it automatically get killed, cleaned, because email security and endpoint security are talking to each other and correlating the data. And on my company laptop, Trend Micro and Sophos are not talking to each other. And that payload is landed on the laptop. And I show to my manager, I said, look, this is a gap. Then they understand, okay, we need to really optimize our security because we are using different products. Of course, this is good for endpoint, this is good for email, but how to communicate each other, because this is all about data correlation. Okay, and then this is another part that is actually information protection, that sometime we need to comply with certain rules. Just for example, ISO, NIST framework, or TISAX, information security, how to encrypt and restrict your files, blocking the sharing with others, how to establish your data policy for banking sector, for example. This is how you need to really apply protection on data, classification, labeling, sensitivity based on the location. I can give one example. One of a friend of mine was telling that he faced that challenge in cloud security. He said, Khalid, I apply the policy around my one of my customer, and this CIO is in the Thailand for the holidays, and he is not able to access this data. And I said, what you did? And he said, I locked him on based on the location. He just added countries like Germany, Switzerland, Austria. And I said, okay, please go to that location, add Thailand into that location, then he can get access into the system. So that's how you can establish guardrails into this. And then the fourth pillar is cloud security. I will wrap it up. In cloud security, actually, we will look deep dive into depth of security maturity and management, infrastructure as a code, security posture management, detection of threats and protection, asset inventory, and we will try to connect. I can't promise, but definitely I will bring up a demo and a hands-on experience that we can connect all cloud platforms, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, into one console, and we look and run some, let's say, ethical hacking. We can bring hackers from Dinchar, and we can ask them, okay, please play with these applications, and we can look real-time data that get into our system. So last but not least, at the end, we will ingest that data into SOC area actually for security logging and monitoring with the security operations. So that's how I see this program, because we will make it a very interactive and very interesting with case studies and use cases. Definitely, if you bear it with me, this program, then you will be a good expert. You will never lost in your career. That's all.
Thank you, Khalid. It was a good introduction. We have some two questions. Let's go through them. First was from Fatih. How do you see the chances of finding a job by country, especially in Germany, maybe? You already mentioned that after this training in clouds or
Yes,
solutions.
there is again, I would say after this training, you can try to apply into big four companies like Deloitte, EY, PwC, Evanet, Cancom. We can help. We can refer you guys also.
So after the training, you will have a chance also getting mentorship consulting from Khalid, especially for these positions. He has a
Yes.
very good large network in Europe, in Germany. So he will be assisting you as
If
mentioned.
if someone is based out Sweden, I have a job for now. I can get hired in Gothenburg tomorrow because their hiring manager, she's my student. She's looking for two Azure engineers, solution architects. Let
Oh,
us know.
great. We have already some trainees from Sweden, Norway also. So
Yeah.
I will talk to you after
Yeah,
this
yeah, sure,
session.
sure, 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 sure. It's the
Okay.
Orange Business Group, that is a multinational French company. They are looking two resources for Azure solution architects in Gothenburg. Salary is good. I can refer, I can talk to, because
Okay.
that hiring manager, she studied with me in 2021 in the same program.
Okay.
And
Now
now
she's
and now
hiring people.
and now she's a director.
Ah, great. You are the director of the directors.
No, no, no.
Okay. And
Yeah.
we have one question from Ümit. Can a person who is good at Microsoft Azure adapt to other products, Google, without additional training?
My friend, just be a good expert driver. No, who cares? It's just driving cars. That's all. So,
Let me share my screen again. We have some questions about the payment options. We already make announcements about application process. For this training, you can either apply via Job Center, Agentur für Arbeit, and also with your company support. And if you would like to pay individually, private payment, we have different option and discount, of course. You can see here all the options. So you can choose one of them which is fit for you. And of course, you can contact us for scholarship or other issues. We will be happy to assist you. Just one last explanation, Khalid. As we already showed in our posts, there are two paths in this program. The first one is Advanced Cloud Security Architecting, and the
yeah.
second path is Advanced Cloud Solutions Architecting. Can you just tell us shortly what's the difference? Which one is
Because first, the thing is that first we learn that how to build cloud, and then we make the path to cloud security and cloud solution architect. because there you design security and here you design solution and resilient architecture actually. So in the first phase, we will take all people together with me to learn how to build cloud infrastructure as a code, GitOps, everything that they can be a cloud engineer, and then we can go into the respective specialization advanced programs.
And for the ones who doesn't know any idea about solutions architecting, what can you say shortly? What's the difference? Why they choose solutions? Why they should choose security architecting?
Some people likes to automate the solutions. They like to go more in development background, Kubernetes architecture, generative AI applications designing, so they can go to the solution architect. And if some people don't like to have a coding skills or something like that, they can go to cloud security architecture. So
yeah, that's the summary.
yeah.
Thank you.
If most of the people who are software engineers from the background, they don't like to go into cloud security because they don't like to go more in uh, resilient solutions, containerization, and storage solutions, or these kind of stuff, And some people don't like to write the code, and they say, okay, we are done with building code or writing code. They go into cloud security because there is more concept, more architecture, and less coding. There is a scripting. So it depends upon the people.
Okay. And by the way, I forgot to tell, there's an option also for the ones who would like to just get the module 1, fundamentals and
Cloud
engineering.
engineer.
So yeah, we can also offer this only module 1 with a less payment option, of course. You can also call us to get more information. Thank you, Halit, and thank you, everybody. As I mentioned earlier, we are a great family, CS Visor family, and we have many network connections, and also Halit has a great large of network in Europe. So if you are interested in being part of our family, our training center, you can follow us on the social media platforms listed on the screen. And if you are considering joining our course starting at the end of September, just send a message to the WhatsApp numbers shown at the bottom. So we will schedule a consulting interview with you as soon as possible. And also you can fill out our application form. We will reach to you as soon as possible. And we will answer all the questions you have and discuss all scholarship alternatives on other details with you during the call. Thank you all. Thank you, Halit. First of all,
Thank
to you
you.
also. So we will see you in the training more again at the end of the September. I hope to see you in our upcoming training, everybody. Wish you great days ahead, and we look forward to you in the coming days. Thank you very much.
Okay.